A very good afternoon to you here on the ISC Sports Network. It's our one and only trip to Back Nine Golf Entertainment on the southwest corner of downtown Indianapolis for December. It's the IU Indy Coaches Show, and joining us now, well, until a couple of days ago, she wasn't a part of the IU Indy family, but she was a part of the ISC Sports Network family, my usual broadcast partner for soccer state finals, Indy 11 women's soccer, and now the new women's soccer coach at IU Indianapolis. It is Angela Berry-White. It is good to see you, and I've known about this kind of in the background for a while, but congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you, friend, and it's good to see my ISC network friends here as well, and I'm so excited to be part of the IU Indianapolis family, mainly because I'm an Indy girl.
Well, we'll get to that in a second, but again, for those that don't know, I think most that have watched ISC know you're from the great job you've done at Rebuff Jesuit. Obviously, we broadcast a couple of games over the last couple of years. We had the 2A semi-state this year, 2015 state champs, 2016 runners-up. But before that, you had coached both at Butler and IU. I know that at some point in time, you had kind of wanted to get back to the college level. Why was the time right at this point in time?
I'll call it the stars were in alignment. I've always, like you just said, I always wanted to get back into the college coaching ranks, and this was a perfect time. Luke Basso coming on board here at IU Indianapolis, and then everything that's transpired in the last 18 months on my personal side. I have a son that was playing in college, and he's done. And to watch him get to the College World Series, I'm like, I miss this.
Right.
I miss being around the dedication of college, athletes. And not only that, but just the competitiveness. And when I say the stars aligned, Chris Johnson, who did a wonderful job the past 22 years here at the institution, everything that he did, he's retiring. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it, and we'll see what happens. And like I said, stars were in alignment. I was grateful for this opportunity and just so excited to get started in my own hometown.
We'll kind of go big picture in terms of the program coming up here in a matter of moments. But first things first, you're announced. I think the team is told on Friday. You're announced on Monday. My guess would be is that you've had a chance to meet with the returning players because you had a pretty significant senior class that was graduating at the end of this semester. What have those first conversations been like so far?
Oh, so welcoming. Girls were getting after it in terms of getting in the weight room this week because it's considered a dead week. We have finals next week, so setting up individual meetings. But not only that, it's a great first meeting. Met everybody, individually, and like I said, following up subsequently with these individual meetings just before they all leave for break. It's happened, boom, boom, boom. But we're getting after it because Monday, I'm announced, and then I was out watching games that night, and here it is Wednesday, and I'm on your show. So
Right. It's been less than 48 hours since the press release went out as you and I are having this conversation. Listen, the game is the game. Tactically, X's and O's, yes. You know exactly what you're going to be doing and how you can be successful. But there is now so much more that goes into it. So right. Recruiting, portaling, however you want to handle it, it's kind of like drinking from the fire hose. What's that process like of kind of onboarding all that stuff these last few hours? Oh,
it's re-energized me 1,000%. It's something that I was involved in, many years ago, but that aspect doesn't change. It right. really doesn't. You do say a fire hose. I don't want it to stop because that excitement, that adrenaline just keeps you going and it makes you feed. And, I'm looking at oh, too bad we can't play games. Like, there's a women's basketball game tonight. I wish we were playing. That's right. How excited I am, knowing that, I can't wait for, our spring games will be coming up. So it's just been very, very energizing, like I said, and, getting after it on the recruiting trail. Yes, attacking the portal, making sure to take care of the athletes that are here and assure them that, we're gonna be making big strides, and it's gonna be up to them and, working together. And I think it's gonna be a good situation.
I know the feedback has been tremendous since the announcement was made official on Monday. But I guess the group that I think would be very important in terms of their feedback would be other area high school coaches because of those friends, those colleagues, those relationships you have built up. Now you're talking to them about saying, hey, who can you possibly send my way? So what have those conversations been like?
Oh, very supportive in terms of the position that I'm in now, and they've all been sending me texts and emails, and my phone has been blowing up from all my coaching colleagues, and not only the high school coaches, but some of my former friends, teammates, other college coaches. They're like, I can't believe it. Congratulations, you're going to do great. So it's just been very rewarding in terms of that feedback that I've received. And yes, I will be diving into those friends that I have at the high school level, and as well as around the state, around the area, and so many of the club coaches that I am friends with as well.
All right, let's get to some celebrity shout-outs. And no one name drops like Angela's beloved husband, Eddie. If we could put Eddie and Pete Smith of our crew together, they would be the World Wrestling Federation name drop tag team champions of the world. There's no doubt about that. But of your own accord, you were showing me Stephanie White's giving you some props this week about the job hire, correct?
Yeah, she does. I have great respect for her, not only as a player, great player in the state, her coaching. She's a great analyst, too. So, she checks all the boxes, and it's great. And, she reached out to us and said, hey, congratulations, it's awesome. And, I'm fortunate that, yes, Eddie does know a lot of people, and he's introduced me to a few of his contacts, and we've become friends. So just very appreciative of that, and it just speaks volumes as to who she is as a person, and just to take that time, it meant a lot to me.
From a soccer community standpoint, who are some of the shout-outs you have gotten, some of the feedback you have gotten so far? Because, again, for those that don't recognize your playing credentials, there are names like Julie and Mia that you know on a first-name basis. I'll fill in the last names, Fowdy and Ham. Yeah, Angela played with those players back in the day. So any conversations you've had with players kind of that generation, that ilk? Well,
some of my old college teammates that I was with as well, that I played with on the national team at the time, it was like Lisa Gamitter, but it was funny because when it was announced, it was the day of UNC. They were playing in their college cup.
Yeah.
And it was just like ... So, and I do understand that. And so I will be seeing them soon at an event in January. So it was nothing specific yet, but I know that I will be receiving them only because it was just through word of mouth. And I haven't checked all of my messages, to tell you the truth.
You've been busy.
Yeah.
All right, couple quick things, and then we'll let you go. We'll shift the focus to women's basketball. Their big game against Purdue Fort Wayne coming up at the Jungle this evening at 6:30, which you could hopefully be there for, but if not, you can watch it on ESPN+. Again, normally this is where athletes can kind of shut it down for a couple of weeks. You want to sprint as fast as possible. So what are the next 2 or 3 weeks going to be like for you with the athletes off campus?
Well, they'll go home. Well, for me, obviously, it's just going to be catching up on everything. Figuring out, what our schedule is going to be going into the first. I put them into blocks of what's going on. They'll come back and we'll have 8-hour weeks to work with them, and then amping up to the 20-hour weeks, in which we'll be playing games on 5 occasions in the spring. So, looking at, recruiting, because dead period starts this Sunday, and then I'll be out on the road recruiting again early part of January, like around the 11th, and then kids come back onto campus, be practice planning, making sure everybody's geared up for our first match at the end of February, and yeah, that's what I'll be working on. Just something every day.
You know who the target is in the Horizon League.
Yes.
I know Milwaukee, as I tell people on and off the air, their women's soccer program is as good as any team in our league in any sport. IU Indy has been as competitive with them, frankly, as anybody. Again, another hat tip to Chris Johnson. I guess, how do you go about closing the gap? What are the strides you take to get to that level?
Well, first off, I have to see who we have as players.
Sure.
And I don't want to define and say we play this system or that system. And we have a great freshman class coming in of 10 individuals, and I know that they'll contribute. And I'll be looking at film. Most recently, I watched their game, Milwaukee's game against Notre Dame.
Yep.
So I know a little bit about them, and I'll go back and watch, this past fall's game against us, and we'll go from there. But, that's the target. Yep, that's where we want to be, and we will get there, definitely.
It is so good to see it. I'm so happy for you.
Appreciate it, Fred.
Again, Angela Berry-White, the women's soccer coach now at IU Indianapolis after a wonderful stay at Rebuff Jesuit High School. Take this quick time out. When we come back, Kate Bruce, women's basketball coach, joins us. The Mastodons of Purdue Fort Wayne await about 6 hours from now. We'll We'll talk about that game day preparation when we come back. You're watching the IU Indy Coaches Show live from Back 9 Golf Entertainment here on the ISC Sports Network.
At Indiana Members Credit Union, we're invested in more than just your finances. We're invested in your future, the future of your family, the well-being of the community you live in, and in those who dream big. Until those dreams become a reality, any bank can give you a loan or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing things that make sense. And investing in you makes good sense to us.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
We gon' push it to the limit, we gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, when we ride, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, when we ride, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever.
Listen up, all you golf lovers. Looking for a private course for yourself or your company? Problem solved. Indy's Eastside Hidden Gem and Pete Dye's first 18-hole design is Maple Creek Golf and Country Club. Visit maplecreekgc.com today.
Again, welcome back to Back 9 Golf Entertainment. My name is Greg Rakestraw, joined now by the women's basketball coach here at IU Indy and Kate Bruce. Again, the Jaguars in action tonight. Kind of the final first stretch of Horizon League play, then a brief break, and then it's right back to it after Christmas. Coach, it is good to see you. How you doing?
Great to see you. I'm doing well.
I know the schedule has not been kind to you. I know that injury has not been kind to you as well. So we talked to you literally right before the game against Evansville. You and Katie Davidson joined us, and unfortunately, Katie got injured after that. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, I mean, she had a great first game. We all did. We were playing with a lot of confidence, scored 101 points. And then, unfortunately, that first quarter, the Ball State game, she went down with an injury. You know, tough for us as a team, but just more tough to see for her, because as we had talked about, just the work she put in this summer, the preparation, and she was playing the best basketball that I had seen her play, and it was just a tough break. But I have to tell you, to see how she's been handling this, she's able. It's an upper body injury, so she's been able to work out. She's on her own, just making sure she's meeting with our strength coach, and just watching her work and how badly she wants to come back and help this team is just a beautiful thing.
And I would say the general consensus is she is back sooner rather than later at this point, correct?
Yes,
Hopefully.
let's hope so.
Okay.
Let's hope so.
Keep it at that. So you also, and I frankly complimented you on it when we were last together 6 weeks ago, your schedule's great. That also translates to your schedule is tough. So it has not been kind to you these last few games.
Yeah, and, you know, as I mentioned, we knew it was going to be a tough schedule. We didn't know we were going to be playing, you know, a little shorthanded.
Sure.
We've had some other injuries really in our interior that haven't had a chance to play this year yet. And I think you're kind of seeing that with getting out rebounded and, you know, some paint points by the opponents. But, you know, we're not here to make excuses. We have a young team. Logan Lewis is here with me today, but she's really the only senior that plays a lot of minutes. Cameron Blank's been playing a few. So we're playing a lot of sophomores and redshirt freshmen. And we have to find a way to fall in love with the process and not dwell on the outcome right now. And we need to get trending in the right direction and get better as we're getting some of these players back here in the next few weeks. So that's kind of the goal. We have not been very disciplined. We have a lot of stretches of greatness, and we just have not been consistent. And that's my job, and we're working really hard. I think Logan's done a great job this week of kind of helping us get back on track. You can't feel sorry for yourself. Everyone has injuries, and we're better than we're showing right now, and that's what we need to focus on. And at the end of the day, all the non-conference games, yeah, it's great to get those wins.
Sure.
But the ones that matter are these conference games, and we have 18 more opportunities to show what we're capable of, and I know we're capable of better than we're doing right now.
Overall record is 1-8, but really the record that matters is 0-2. And again, the aggressive non-conference schedule matches the aggressive schedule the luck of the draw gave you in terms of the Horizon League. You get the best 3 teams out of the chute. First 2 on the road, at Green Bay, at Cleveland State. This one's at home, but Purdue-Fort Wayne, Maria's done a heck of a job up at Fort Wayne. What do you see from the Mastodons in terms of tonight's game?
Yeah, she's done an incredible job, and they're just a tough team as far as they're going to work really hard, and they're always going to have 4 people on the court, potentially 5, that can make open shots. And I'd like to see us do a better job of executing the game plan, but more so matching the opponent's effort and intensity. And like I've said, we've shown moments of it. What a great opportunity to be back at home. That was a tough stretch. You know, we went from Green Bay directly to Cleveland State. We didn't bring our injured players because of school. It was a week before.
Right.
They're prepping for finals. So, that Green Bay game, we have 2 people sitting on the bench that are capable of playing, and the coaches. So it's going to be nice to be back at home with that home crowd energy, and I'm excited for tonight.
How good was your coaching staff in practice? Because obviously somebody's got to line up and do a little practice there. Who was getting a run for you on the coaching staff?
Yeah, no, all of them. They didn't know that was part of their job description, but they're stepping up to the challenge for sure.
All right, so after tonight's game, you get a little bit of a breather, again, around finals, which sounds like you could kind of use. Then after that, you get some sun. You get to go to Fort Myers, and I know that's something that every coach hopes to do, kind of take their team on a destination trip at some point in time during the season.
Yeah, I mean, vitamin D is just good for the soul, right? I'm excited for this trip. I love hanging out with this team. We have a lot of fun off the court. We're just trying to get it figured out on the court. We're actually going to my alma mater. I played at Florida Gulf Coast, so it's an exciting homecoming for me. There's still quite a few fans there that were there when I played. Not that long ago, but long
right,
ago.
Right, yeah, I get that, yeah.
So we're excited for the trip and just to spend more time together. And like you said, I, as a coach, am ready for this week because we just haven't really had a lot of time to fix some things because we're focused on the next game and the next game and the next game. So we can spend a week of really trying to fine-tune us and get better at us.
Listen, the other 2 people that have been on the show other than you so far were college athletes in a whole different millennium at this point. So trust me, you're doing good on that front.
Thank you.
Tell us about Logan Lewis, who will join us in the next segment of the show.
Yeah, I mean, I tell her all the time, but where she really shines is her leadership, and she's like that off the court, too. I mean, I've been so impressed with her since I've known her over the last 3 years of just the busiest woman I've ever met and does it with such grace and organized and gosh, the people on our team flock to her. And it's been nice because she really enjoys this team too. So I'm glad that she's having fun outside of basketball. But she is going to be so successful in life. And that's why we do this, right? So seeing her has just been great. And I wanted her to have an opportunity to talk because I think you'll enjoy talking to her as much as I do.
All right, we'll talk to her in just a second before we get to our next time out. Normally, I'm sure doing a coach's show on game day is not the norm. So A, we appreciate you doing that. But B, what is the game day routine normally like for you? So literally as we're having this conversation, we're like 6 hours and 15 minutes away from tip-off. What is a game day normally like for you?
Yeah, so me and Logan are going to head out of here, and they're going to go get a pregame lift from Mike Bloom, who's our strength and conditioning coach, and he does a tremendous job with us. And then we're going to go on the court, and we're going to review all the things that we've been talking about in our preparation. We're going to eat a little pregame meal together. Morgan McMillan does a fantastic job of ordering our food. And then the girls are going to go back, and I'm going to sit in my office on my couch, probably watch a little bit more film, get my mind right, listen to some of my favorite songs, and then we're going to go out and win this game.
And listen, if you think this is part of the game day routine, Luke and I can negotiate doing this interview before every home game. Sound good?
Sounds great. I wouldn't want to spend time with anyone else.
You probably would, but that's okay. If you win, you stick with what wins. Coach, good to see you. Good luck tonight.
You too. Thank you very much.
We'll take this quick timeout. Logan Lewis will join us next as we wrap up our last edition for 2024 of the IU Indy Coaches Show, live from Back 9 Golf Entertainment, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
At Indiana Members Credit Union, we're invested in more than just your finances. We're invested in your future, the future of your family, the well-being of the community you live in, and in those who dream big. Until those dreams become a reality, any bank can give you a loan or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing things that make sense. And investing in you makes good sense to us.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
We gon' push it to the limit, we gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, when we ride, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, when we ride, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever.
Listen up, all you golf lovers. Looking for a private course for yourself or your company? Problem solved. Indy's Eastside Hidden Gym and Pete Dye's first 18-hole design is Maple Creek Golf and Country Club. Visit maplecreekgc.com today.
Welcome back for a final time. And again, this is our final edition of the show for 2024. We have 5 more of these coming up once we get through the holiday break. So our next show from Back 9 will be on January the 8th. And once we get there, it's very simple. Every other Wednesday from that through the first week of March, basically leading into the Horizon League tournament, which, of course, is here in Indianapolis, March 10th and March 11th at the Corteva Coliseum. Joining us now, literally on game day, we greatly appreciate it, Logan Lewis, Sr. for the IU Indy women's basketball team. Logan, thank you so much for the time, and can you believe this is your 4th and final year as a Jaguar?
Well, thank you for the time, and no, I really can't. They're right. It really does go by fast. I mean, these 4 years have flew by, but I'm excited to finish my last year. I love the team that I'm a part of this year, and I'm so excited I get to finish it with them.
Well, let's be honest. So few players now stay 4 years. So why did you think this was the right place for you 4 years ago? And why has that been the case for these last 4 years?
Well, a lot of people don't know. I actually grew up on this campus. I went to preschool right by the jungle. So my mother worked here for 20 years. So it was really a homecoming for me coming from high school. And it's just really just the Indianapolis area. You know, I was here with the changing coaching staff. And, you know, I really liked what Coach Kate, what her plan was and her vision. And I decided to stay and stick with her. And just really being in the Indianapolis area, I created a community also outside of athletics. So with the connections I've made and the people I've met, it just felt like home, and I just decided to stick with it and just keep going.
So grew up here but ended up going to high school in the Detroit area, correct?
Yes.
But again, you felt like this is home ever since you set foot on campus.
I mean, honestly, it was really coincidental.
Yeah.
You know, I was recruited during like the COVID era, so there was like a lot of different things going on with my recruitment. But at the time, it wasn't even just the Indianapolis area. It was just a program, and I like what, obviously, the first coaching staff had going on, and I decided to come here and see what that was about, and that's what's kept me here is Indianapolis, though. That's what's kept me here.
All right, so your freshman year was the NCAA tournament year.
Yes.
It was the Horizon League championship, and Asked Murdo 2 years before I actually got to play in the NCAA tournament, that game against Oklahoma. What was that experience like for you as a freshman?
Like none other. I will never forget it. It was just truly an honor, and I'm so appreciative that I got to be a part of a team like that and to experience that. I still don't know many people who got the chance to experience that and go to the NCAA Division I tournament. So just being on that level, I mean, we even beat Iowa that year, so getting to even play against Caitlin Clark and be there for that experience. It really made a lot of and even what I know now, and I try to bring what I've learned then to this program and in my leadership.
That win looks a lot bigger 3 years later now, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
All right, so off air, there was a grown folks conversation going on. We weren't talking X's and O's. We were talking about resumes and job opportunities and stuff like that. So first of all, what's the major for you at IU Indy?
Finance.
And what are you hoping to do with that?
Still out in the air right now. I'm really hoping to just get a job in finance, really working with banking. I'm looking more towards commercial banking right now, or just financial advising. I really chose finance because it's just a diverse career, and you can really do lots of things with that. But ultimately, I would like to work for a company that helps people like minorities who really don't know how to manage their funds well, or get companies who are minority-owned funding, because I feel like we lack that in our community. So being able to be a part of that and on the other side of things is something I would be great to be a part of.
As I told you off the air, I'll tell you this on the air too. The points you were bringing up and the questions you were asking, you're asking the right things. You're going to be just fine in terms of what the job front looks like for you. But this is a great conversation to have on the air. There is so much required for you for the athlete part of being a student. And then we ask you to get as good a grades as you can. And she's been on the advisors list at IUPUI or the Horizon League All Academic teams. But in terms of, you're very wise in terms of, hey, I need to get real world job experience. How have you done that around everything that is asked of you to be a basketball player?
Yeah, so like Coach K said, I keep a very tight schedule. I'm very busy. I'm the outgoing president of my chapter, my sorority currently. I'm a founding member of the Black Business Student Association and the Kelley School of Business. I've held 2 internships over the past 2 years, one with Gang Gang, a cultural art firm in Indianapolis. And I actually worked for the budget office this past summer on campus. So really what I also try to tell my teammates is that basketball is life right now, but it's not life forever. And it's important to really gain an aspect of who you are outside of it. And it really just is taking initiative. All of these things, like I really just took it upon myself to get out of my comfort zone and go to different club meetings and different meetings on campus and meet people. And that's really what got me involved. And it was really just connections that got me these opportunities. So I would just say having really good time management skills, which is something that transfers off of the court and when you graduate, and just really taking initiative in your future and making sure that you're ensuring that you're doing everything possible to make sure you're successful when you graduate.
You're going to be just fine. All right, so now with 3 months left to go of basketball, I know the 1-8 is not where anybody expected to be, but you also know you got some talented teammates who are going to be coming back at some point in time soon. Once they get back, I guess just your thoughts on how this team improves, how you get better, how you make a run to play more games in the Coliseum and the conference tournament.
I mean, obviously, depth is beneficial. I know our legs are getting to a point where we are tired because we are playing with 7 to 8 players. But I think them coming back is just going to give us that boost of energy that we need. But right now, I think it is still a good opportunity for us to work on the little things and be more disciplined. I feel like even with 7 players, 5 players, 8 players, 10, 15, the discipline things is what makes teams winning teams no matter what, regardless of how many players you have. I mean, we've all played AAU. We played plenty of games where you only have 6 or 7 players,
Sure.
so it's not like this is unusual for any of us. But I think us really focusing now on trying to do the little things the right way every single time is only going to translate when we get those additions back to the team, and they're going to be able to just keep the standard that we're trying to implement. And I feel like it's going to be nothing but beneficial just having more legs on the court.
Coach touched on this. What's the kind of the game day routine for you? Not normally doing an interview before the game, but what is it normally a game day like for you?
Well, unlike most, I really don't have many superstitions
Yeah.
before the game. I would say I do like to start off my mornings with tropical smoothie. When I do have a home game, I have my acai bowl before I came over here. But really just mentally locking in. I feel like the game is so mental, especially for me. So just making sure I'm focused as soon as I wake up. You know, I pray in the morning, and I just really try to focus on the game plan. Obviously, we have pregame lift with Coach Mike, which is, I'm getting old, so it's very beneficial to me to activate my legs. Like Coach K said, it's my favorite thing when we get to do that. And then having pregame meal, just having that camaraderie
Yep.
with our team and us really just, spending time together, us all locked in. But we're also such great friends off of the court. So it really just helps for us to be together. And, yeah, just mentally locking in with pregame lift, pregame meal, shoot around, like all of that just requires a lot of mental focus, and that's what I try to bring.
Folks, you can see Logan in action in one small part of her life, the basketball part of it. Coming up tonight, 6:30 on ESPN Plus at the Jungle. We would love to see you there. IUIndyJags.com/tickets always has more information, or simply put, get there by 6:30. We will find a seat for you in the building. Logan, a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Best of luck. It's going to be a very successful future for you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks to Logan Lewis. Thanks to Kate Bruce. Thanks to Angela Barry White. Thanks to Ed and Emily and Luke behind the scenes and our entire ISC Sports Network crew. Happy holidays. We'll see you back here in the new year for the next installment of the IU Indy Coaches Show. Again, presented in part by KeyBank and White River State Park, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
At Indiana Members Credit Union, we're invested in more than just your finances. We're invested in your future, the future of your family, the well-being of the community you live in, and in those who dream big. Until those dreams become a reality, any bank can give you a loan or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing things that make sense. And investing in you makes good sense to us.
We're Citizens Energy Group, and we're here for you. We're your local utility provider and your neighbors. We take care of our customers while connecting to what matters. We are committed to providing safe, reliable services and making our community a better place to live. At Citizens Energy Group, we're all citizens.
We gon' push it to the limit, we gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, when we ride, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, when we ride, we gon' ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride